2009年3月30日、バージニア州タズウェル郡にあるピザプラスというレストランで従業員が店を開けると、52歳のハービー・ルーニーさんと48歳のバレリー・ルーニーさんの遺体が発見されました。ハービーさんはレストランの裏口付近で喉を切られて命を奪われ、バレリーさんはキッチン内で殺害されていました。彼女も喉を切られており、さらに頭部を消火器で殴られていたことが後に捜査官によって判明しました。捜査官たちは夫妻の一人息子であるクリストファー・ルーニーに話を聞くことを決めました。彼は当時両親と一緒に暮らしており、以前ピザプラスで働いていたことがありました。またルーニー夫妻には生命保険がかけられており、クリストファーが両親の死によって約26万ドルを受け取ることになることも判明しました。現場にクリストファーを結びつける証拠はなかったものの、彼以外に容疑者がいなかったため、警察署で正式な取り調べを行うことを決定しました。
You were home that night. You fell asleep, and at 1 o'clock they still weren't home. You went to bed. Woke up the next morning, they weren't home. And you never called to see where they were. See, I'm just giving you things that make it look bad for you.
Right.
All right?
Yeah, I understand.
Can you explain that to me? I mean, were you working at the time?
Mm-hmm.
How much you get paid?
He was right at $13 an hour.
You're poised to get a lot of money out of this. Right? Okay.
How much money are we talking?
$260.
$260,000. See, now the people are going to say you got a motive.
I mean, I'm not wanting the money because it's going to go to the girls.
So, did you go to work that morning?
I did.
Where?
E-dealing.
What do they make?
10 o'clock. I had received a text message while I was at work asking me what was going on at Pizza Plus.
Why didn't you try to call your parents? I mean, they got a regular phone, right?
So
Business phone, and they got cell phones.
Right.
Did you try to call?
No.
There's the problem we had. Are you curious whether your mom and dad suffered?
Yeah, I am.
How curious are you? You never asked. That bothers me. Now, this is what bothers me about you. You're cold. You're even cold right now. Chris, I mean, these are your parents. They're dead. Is this the way you are in real life?
Yeah, it is.
Don't you care?
I do care.
How bad?
Real bad.
Give us something. Show us you care.
Still sitting here and we're looking at you and you're not asking us why. You're not asking us why we ain't looking at somebody else.
I don't know nothing to tell you that I haven't already told you.
捜査官たちはクリストファーを最終的に釈放しました。逮捕に十分な証拠が明らかに不足していたためです。そしてこの時点から事件は未解決のままとなり、捜査は行き詰まりました。
Plus owner Daniel Morrison still deeply saddened by the Looney's deaths. He's offering a $10,000 reward for information leading to an arrest in this 2-year-old murder case.
捜査はその後も1年以上続きましたが、逮捕には至りませんでした。しかし、この殺人事件に関する情報を提供した者に対して1万ドルの報奨金を提示するというニュースが広まり、多くの情報が寄せられました。数ヶ月間、多くの手がかりや潜在的な容疑者が寄せられ、捜査官たちは彼らに事情を聞きましたが、そのほとんどがすぐに除外されました。ただし、一人だけ例外がいました。その人物は、当時服役中だったジェームズ・ケイシーです。彼は捜査官の一人に電話をかけ、同じ部屋に収容されている囚人仲間のデイビッド・マセニーが、ハービーとバレリーを殺害したと話しました。ジェームズは、デイビッドが2人を殺害したことを公然と自慢し、さらに殺害の詳細を具体的に説明していたと証言しました。この証言を裏付けるため、ジェームズには録音機を装着することが許可され、デイビッドの自白を記録する任務が与えられました。
Who was there at Pizza Plus?
Me, one of my friends, was outside. Right when it was getting ready to close down, that's when I went inside.
How bad was it, Bloody?
Yeah, the girl, she didn't or something. She was just on there, like, holding her hand. Just want her to hold her and do it again.
Oh, get her second time.
Like the pool was.
Start draining out.
And I got hold of myself, and I was like, make sure you touch anything, wipe that down, don't get caught on it.
これを聞いた捜査官たちはまずデイビッドを正式な取り調べのために呼び出しました。
We'll just cut right to the chase, okay? You tell us what you know about the Pizza Place.
I just know what people told me.
We've got you recorded talking about it. You're a principal in the first degree on this. If it went down the way you said it did on these damn transcripts, you're guilty of murder. It's capital murder because it's more than one person and it's robbery. That's capital murder. You know what you get for capital murder?
There's two things you're gonna get in capital murder. What do you think it is?
Life and death. I told you, yeah, I told only one person,
Who?
James Casey.
What'd you tell?
I told him that I was there with other people, but I kind of felt intimidated because he was like, well, I killed a bunch of people and all that.
Aren't you voting at? Where were you?
I was on house arrest at my house.
When that was with the ankle bracelet.
Yeah.
You're telling me you had nothing to do with it?
I had nothing to do with
No
it.
direct knowledge of who did it or anything?
I said what I remember on TV.
デイビッドが自宅軟禁中だったため捜査官たちはすぐに彼のアリバイを確認することができ、彼がその夜ピザプラスにはいなかったことを証明しました。彼の証言は事実だったのです。解決の兆しが見えたものの捜査官たちは手詰まりとなり、事件は振り出しに戻ってしまいました。それから3年が経過しましたが、事件は未解決のままで希望が消えかけていました。しかしある日、タズウェル郡の新任保安官が事件を再調査することを決断しました。行われたすべての取り調べと集められた情報を再精査した結果、一人の人物に行き着きました。それが最初に容疑者候補となったクリストファー・ルーニーでした。彼はこの殺人事件で明確な動機を持つ唯一の人物であり、実質的にアリバイが全くなかったのです。もちろん、現場からはクリスと犯行を結びつける証拠は出ていませんでした。しかし、彼には金銭的動機があり、事件後の不自然な行動も見られました。クリスを再度取り調べる前に、捜査官たちは彼の元恋人に話を聞き、彼に関するさらなる情報を集めることにしました。
So I'd like to ask you some questions about Chris. How did you guys meet? Tell me a little bit about that
At
relationship.
Pizza Plus. We work together.
How often would he borrow money from mom and dad?
Every time that he had spent his paycheck and there was something due. I had a really good relationship with Harding Valerie even after Chris moved out. And maybe 3 weeks to a month before this happened. They came down to see their granddaughter. Harding Valerie told me that he came to Pizza Plus and said that if she didn't let him borrow $800-900, that he was not going to let them see their granddaughter anymore. Kind of stunned me. I mean, Chris, don't use my child for your own gain.
クリスが自らの金銭欲のために両親を脅し、孫に会わせないとまで言い放った事実は、彼に対する疑念をさらに強める要因となりました。捜査官たちはついに彼を再び取り調べ、この恐ろしい殺人事件の真相を解明する決意を固めました。
What do most people call you?
Chris.
Is it okay if we call you Chris?
Yes.
How would you describe your physical health?
Good.
How would you describe your mental health?
Good.
You have how many children?
2.
And what are their ages?
One's 10, the other one's 2.
What were the total of the insurance payouts on your parents?
That I got was $245.
So how much do you think you got left?
I'd say $125,000.
捜査官はクリスが嘘をつくかどうかを確認するためにこの質問をしました。というのも捜査官はすでにクリスが保険金を2年で全て使い果たし、彼が主張している12万8000ドルは残っていないことを知っていたからです。この事実はクリスの今の恋人に対して行われた警察の音声記録によるインタビューで確認されており、そのインタビューはクリスの取り調べの数時間前に行われたものでした。
I drive on a suspended license because I don't have the money to get the classes.
Well, let me ask you this. Chris has quite a bit of money. Why doesn't he pay it for you?
Chris is out of money.
All that money?
So we did not handle the money right. We lived hand to mouth, literally.
Since the payouts, tell me things that you purchased that cost more than $1,000?
I bought 2 vehicles. I bought an ATV, bought some tools.
Anything else?
I bought another ATV, and then I bought a side-by-side ATV.
Let me ask you. Were you involved in their murder in any way?
No.
You worked at the pizza place where this crime took place,
Yes, I did.
correct? Did you know where the fire extinguisher was located in the
Not
restaurant?
right off, no.
Did you ever handle that fire extinguisher that was in that restaurant?
Not that I know of.
Even if the person was wearing gloves, you can still leave DNA at the scene. Do you realize that?
Mhm.
There's a thing called touch
Mhm.
DNA. Even though I'm wearing gloves, if my arm brushes against the counter, let's say, I'm going to leave skin cells
Right.
on the counter. Is there anything you'd like to change your answer to?
No.
Okay, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to step out and review some stuff, and we'll be back. Okay?
All right, like I told you, I've interviewed lots of people who've been working on this investigation. And there's no doubt I'm causing death of your parents. I will talk to you for a few minutes, all right? I've got another DNA swab off the fire extinguisher coming back from the FBI. You and I both know that that DNA is going to come back to you. Is what I'm saying sound logical?
I didn't do it.
What's that?
I didn't do it.
Now, a lot of people have told me, basically, Chris is a good person. I can tell you of hundreds of situations where a guy acts out and he does something he did not intend to do. And that's you. I want to be able to show that. My girlfriend told me, you cry yourself to sleep at night. She believes it's because how much you miss mom and dad, and that's probably true. But you're crying for yourself, for what you did. Right about that,
I don't.
how about I go to your girlfriend and I tell her that your DNA is at the scene. You know what she's going to do? She's going to bolt. So if you want to continue to lie about everything, the door's open. You're free to go. You've been free to go since you walked in. I'm telling you, I don't. But you got to take responsibility for yourself. You got to help your daughter. You got to help Liz. She loves you. She wants to stand by you. But she needs the truth. You over there to borrow some money?
この時、捜査官は犯行に使われた凶器の一部である消火器からクリスの DNA が検出されたかのように伝えました。しかし、実際にはそんなものは検出されていませんでした。また、今回の取り調べでは、過去動画で詳しく紹介しているリード法と呼ばれるテクニックが使用されています。この手法では、相手が特定の答えを出しやすくなるように誘導する質問が行われます。例えば、これは事故だったんだよね、といった形で、被疑者が答えやすい状況を作り出し、自白を引き出そうとするものです。リード法は、適切な状況で正しく使用されれば有効な手段となりますが、過剰な使用や不適切な手法は冤罪の原因となる可能性があるため、決して万能な技術ではありません。詳しくはこちらの動画をご覧ください。クリスは犯行を認めましたが、捜査官たちは動機や詳細な経緯を明らかにするため、さらなる取り調べを行いました。
You tell me about what time you went down there?
10:30, 11 o'clock.
Okay.
That's when we started arguing.
What started the argument?
Just money.
What happened after that?
That's when I got on Mom. Cut her.
After you cut your mom, where was your dad?
Oh, he was hitting me then when Mom fell. He took off running out the back. I just chased after Dad and grabbed him from behind, choked him. Then we fell. So we went back inside to make sure Mom was not moving. Here with the fire extinguisher.
What'd you do with the fire extinguisher?
I'll put it back
Put it back where?
where it was hanging. And I went outside and make sure Dad was gone.
Okay. Okay, what happened? What'd you do to your dad then?
That's when I cut him.
Where'd you cut him?
捜査官たちの手腕によってクリスは両親を殺害したことを自白しました。未解決事件になりかけていたこの事件は、息子が保険金目的で両親を殺害したという暗い事実で幕を閉じました。そして彼の自白や金銭的動機、事件後の不自然な行動などの状況証拠が総合的に考慮され、起訴に至りました。クリストファー・ルーニーはハービーとバレリーの殺人と強盗の罪で起訴され、無罪を主張しました。そして事件から約5年後、クリスは終身刑を宣告されました。